Konnichiwa. Today's daily devotional is for Friday, June the 5th, 2020, and it's called Beets Me Why I Denied My Roots. And I'm going to start with Proverbs 18:21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. Okay, when I was growing up in a family of 9, I was the only one that hated liver and beets. Ugh. Oh my God. Okay, so I was the baby for 11 years until my baby sister was born, and every night the entire family, we sat together at the dinner table, and my mom's rule was we had to eat everything on that plate or we were not getting dessert, and we were not getting up until that plate was clean, okay? She did not play that. All right, so, well, she cooked canned beets a lot. Oh my God. And I absolutely hated them. And plenty of nights, my 5 older siblings would be enjoying ice creams. They'd be sitting right beside me, taking their time, letting it melt and stirring it up and looking at me, taunting me and laughing at me because I still had a mouthful of now cold, mushy beets. Gross, all right? The taste was rancid inside my mouth, so I was always afraid to swallow them, because I was sure I would just throw them up all over that kitchen and leave it, looking like a bloody crime scene, okay? And Mama would have just, she would have seen red, and I'd be dead before I made it to bed, all right? Okay? No doubt, really, seriously, all right? So anywho, the baby, she never joined in on the torturing, the taunting, because she was too young to understand their plan, all right? But I would cry like a baby, and I would call for my dad because I knew I could depend on that man, he would beg my mom to please just let me up, and she would, eventually she would finally say, she would just give in and say, get up and wash up and go straight to bed, okay? So that brings me to Proverbs 18:20. From the fruit of a man's mouth, his stomach is satisfied. He is satisfied by the yield of his lips. Okay, so for years, she or no one could ever get me to swallow a beet until a few weeks ago. I was talking to my son, and he talked me into juicing just for once a day on Monday through Fridays, okay? All right, so he said, Mommy, it's really good for you, especially at your age, so just blend it in with something sweet. All right, so a few days ago, a few days later, I went into the supermarket, and then I brought me some beet juice and came home and blended it into one of my smoothies, and it took me back to my roots. Oh my God, yes, guys, I loved it. And I have made 3 more, since then, all right? And I am happy to say that after 52 years with my family, I finally blend in. Ta-da! Thanks to my son. Love him so much. And I told him, I said, don't you ever try to make me like liver. I'm going to make him beat it by kickboxing him just like a kangaroo. And he told me not to worry because he hates it too, and so does my daughter. So I know they might can. Okay? All right, so let me show you a picture of my beautiful smoothie I made. Look at us, beets. Yay, I'm so proud of me. That's a big deal, guys. Elmo, enough, let's move on. That brings me to Proverbs 25:11. A word fitly spoken is like apples of gold in a setting of silver. We all have something, we are fearful of, okay? And we've been running from it for years, okay? All right, so it could be an iPod, could be Todd, okay? Come on, ladies. And it could be a Fitbod, all right? But most importantly, could be God. All right. Maybe you tried building a relationship with him, before, but by the persuasion of someone else. But you just couldn't digest it, It was like a bitter pill for you to swallow because the way they presented it to you left a bad taste in your mouth, you know what I mean? And every time you see someone else delighting in him, you would cringe, like, ew, why do they go to church so much or what have you. Okay, you have strayed far from your roots. Okay, it's been too long, and it may just, it just may take someone new to just come along in your life to present his words to you with a more gentle, sweeter approach, kind of like how I'm doing, huh? I don't know. Okay, but and have you and they'll have you blend it in with whatever else you have going on in your lifestyle. All right. Okay, so once you start delving into it, I'm telling you, just like me, if you're going to turn, you're going to turn beet red from embarrassment of not being able to hold in your excitement, because it's like a sweet, savory taste in your mouth, and you're going to wonder why it took you so long in the first place. Okay, all right. Why did it take me so long to swallow this in the first place? What was wrong with me? All right. Okay, so he never fails to deliver. Ever, okay? Unlike those bad choices that you've been making, like that make your liver quiver. Ugh. Yeah. Okay, so kick that doubt aside and think outside the box and get ready to receive him in your heart, but you have to give him the locks. All right? Power thought. Your heart has been beating for God's power where yours has failure. Love you guys. Have a great day. Mwah.